10 minutes every day. That's the way.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk in English. My name is Peter and we're so glad you joined us today.
We sure are, friends. I'm Pauline and it's a great day to learn together. Today we have a talk about it for you.
Oh, I always love these and our title is A Scooter Problem. So what a nice thing we have for our Wednesday show. These are always my favorite.
Yes, Talk About It shows are great. We get a story, but we also get to think about a situation where people don't agree. This happens often in life, and it's important to practice disagreeing in a respectful way.
Yes, learning how to talk about our opinions is important in any language.
Hey, let's practice this a little. I'll say something, and then Peter, you politely disagree, okay?
No.
Hey, Peter, I haven't even started yet. And just saying no isn't polite.
Okay, I was kidding. Go ahead.
Okay. Scooters are too dangerous. People shouldn't drive them.
I don't know, Pauline. I think driving a scooter is very convenient. If you wear a helmet and follow the traffic rules, it's not that dangerous.
Okay, good example. And I'm sure we can practice this a little more today too. But first, let's go ahead and learn our key words with Jack. And then we can start watching our story.
Hello, Brian, Joe 和 Todd 3个人都是大学生，也是室友。They're all university students. 名词 university 就是大学。通常 Brian 和 Joe 都是搭公车上学，而 Todd 则是骑机车去。他超级宝贝这台机车，从来不让别人骑。No one else rides it. 这个 else 是别的、其他的意思。星期四下午 ，Brian 回到家的时候很累，他丢下背包坐了下来。He drops his backpack on the kitchen table. 动词 drop 就是丢下。结果他发现今天忘了交作业，他的数学作业还在背包里。His math homework is still in the backpack. 名词 homework 就是家庭作业、功课。怎么办呢？他想赶回学校交作业，可是坐公车太慢了。Brian 想，或许他应该借用 Todd 的机车。Maybe he can borrow Todd's scooter. 动词 borrow 就是向人借用。
Brian, Joe, and Todd are good friends. They share an apartment. They are all university students. They get along very well. Their apartment is quite far from their school. Joe and Brian usually ride the bus to school. But Todd rides his scooter. It is new. He is very proud of it. He is also very careful with it. No one else rides it.
So today we have 3 characters in our story. Remember, characters are people in a story. Who are they, Pauline?
Brian, Joe, and Todd. They are university students who share an apartment together, and they are good friends. They get along very well.
That's important. You want to get along with people you live with. What else do we learn in this first part of the story?
Well, we learn that their apartment is very far away from their school, so they can't just walk to the university.
So how do they get there?
Well, Joe and Brian usually ride the bus to school. Oh, and we usually go to Rebecca when we have a good sentence like this, so let's do that now.
Hello, friends. Let's have some fun and learn today's Use It tip. If you want to say that you often do something, you can use today's Use It. For example, I usually walk to the park. Or you could also say, she usually drives to work. Make sure that you go out and use it.
Thanks very much, Rebecca. So Joe and Brian usually ride the bus to school. But what about Todd? How does he get to school?
Ah, right. Todd has a new scooter. He's very proud of it. So he rides his scooter to school.
It's always exciting to have something new, right? Especially if it's something big like a new scooter.
I know what you mean. Of course, Todd is also very careful with his new scooter. No one else rides it. He wants to keep it nice as long as possible.
That makes sense. Oh, but let's get Jack to help us with this phrase, to be careful with something. Jack?
Todd 很宝贝他的新机车，而且也很谨慎小心地使用它。He is also very careful with it. 我们来学片语 be careful with something. 对某事物很小心谨慎，这些词用 with。比如说，他是一名厨师。He is always careful with fire. 他对火一向很谨慎。对于说话很谨慎的人，你可以说 She is very careful with her words. 也可以对人说 Please be careful with my glasses. 请小心我的眼镜。
Thanks, Jack. Well, so far, everything in our story seems normal. But we know something will probably happen to change that. So let's watch the next part of the story and find out what happens.
Thursday afternoon, Brian comes home from school. He is tired. He drops his backpack on the kitchen table. He sits down at the table with Joe. He opens his backpack. He sees something inside.
Oh no!
Says Brian.
What's wrong?
Asks Joe.
My math homework is still in my backpack. I have to turn it in at school today before 5 o'clock.
Says Brian.
Oh, so now we learn more about the setting of our story. Remember, the setting is when and where a story happens.
That's right. So our story happens at the apartment on Thursday afternoon.
Yes, Brian comes home from a long day at school. He is tired, so he drops his backpack on the table and sits down with Joe.
Sitting at the table, Brian opens his backpack, but then he notices something. He sees something inside his bag that shouldn't be there.
Oh, what is it? A spider? Oh, or a snake? Did one of Brian's friends do that as a joke? That doesn't sound nice to me. We should talk about it.
What? Pauline, no. Weren't you watching? Brian doesn't find anything scary in the backpack. He just finds his math homework in the backpack.
Oh, why is that a problem? A backpack seems like the right place to keep homework.
Well, sure, but this is math homework Brian already finished, and he was supposed to turn it in today, but it's still in his backpack. He forgot to give it to the teacher.
Oh, that's not good. Well, can he turn it in tomorrow?
I don't think so. Brian says, I have to turn it in at school today before 5 o'clock. Jack, can you explain what Brian means here?
Brian 的作业必须要今天5点之前交到学校去。他说 I have to turn it in at school today before 5. 我们来看片语 have to， 它跟 must 一样都有必须的意思。不过呢，它们在使用上还是有一些的差异。首先 must 的口气比较强烈，它通常表达出说话这个人比较强烈的期望或要求。比如说，你希望对方一定要跟你去看这场演唱会，就说 You must go with me to the concert。或者有一件衣服真是太适合你朋友了，就跟他说 You must buy that dress。相反的 have to 也表达必须， 不过它通常用来表达遵守一些的规则，或是讲述事实。比如吃饭之前 ，You have to wash your hands first， 你必须先洗手。或者你要去银行的话 ，You have to turn right here， 你必须要在这边右转。这就是 have to 和 must 在使用上的不同之处了。
Thanks, Jack. Friends, let's try practicing this phrase.
Pauline, we can't. We have to take a break.
Oh, are you sure? Let's just skip it.
No, we have to go on a break.
Oh, okay. Well, friends, don't go away. We will be right back. See you soon.
Let's talk in English. 10 minutes every day. That's the way.
Welcome back, friends. Hey, did you practice the new phrase we learned together?
You don't have to practice. We won't come to your house and make you do it. But making your own sentences with the words and phrases you learn with us will help you learn faster.
Good point. Well, we'll keep learning new words and watching this interesting story together. I want to know what happens next. And I'm sure you do too. Let's watch it together.
It's 4:30 now.
Says Joe.
Hurry!
I can't take the bus.
Says Brian.
I don't have enough time. Where is Todd?
I don't know.
Says Joe.
His scooter is here, but he isn't.
His scooter keys is here in the kitchen.
Says Brian.
Maybe I can borrow his scooter.
Ask Todd first.
Joe says.
No one can ride his scooter.
But he's not here. And I have to get to school.
Says Brian. What should Brian do?
Before the break, Brian found some homework in his backpack. He has to turn it in by 5 o'clock, but their apartment isn't close to the university.
It's already 4:30, so Brian can't take the bus. He doesn't have enough time.
Peter, have you ever been in a similar situation?
Sure, but I don't have enough time to tell you, Pauline.
Oh, come on, Peter, you can tell us.
No, I don't have enough time. But we do have enough time for today's calendar phrase.
I don't have enough time.
I don't have enough time. 我没有足够的时间。
Will you walk to school today?
I don't have enough time.
Will you ride your bike?
I don't have enough time.
Will you take the bus?
I don't have enough time.
You should take a taxi.
I don't have enough money.
Oh. Huh.
I don't have enough time.
I don't have enough time. 我没有足够的时间。
Poor Brian. He did his homework, but now he won't get credit for it. What can he do?
Brian has an idea. He asks, "Where's Todd?"
Oh, yes. Todd can take Brian on his scooter. That's faster.
Right, but there's a problem. Todd's scooter is there, but Todd isn't.
Oh, that is a problem.
Although Todd's scooter and the key are there, maybe Brian can borrow the scooter?
I don't think that is a good idea. It's a new scooter, remember? And Todd never lets others drive it. He should ask Todd first.
I see what you mean, but I do understand Brian's side. He's worried if he can't turn in his math homework, it will really hurt his grade, and good grades are important.
Yeah, I do agree with that, but...
Plus, Todd and Brian are good friends. Don't you think Todd would understand? Wouldn't he want to help Brian?
Well, maybe, but I still don't think it's right to use it without asking, especially since it's something Brian doesn't usually share with others.
Well, this really is a good talk about it, and friends, we hope you do too. But first, we need to review our keywords from today.
Here's your first keyword for today. University. University. Bob is a student at the university.
Else. Else. Who else can come to the party?
Drop. Drop. Be careful. Don't drop the box.
Homework. Homework. Do your homework after school.
Borrow. Borrow. Can I borrow your pen? All right, friends, those are your keywords for today. They're very useful, so keep on practicing them. And now let's watch our lesson one more time together.
Brian, Joe, and Todd are good friends. They share an apartment. They are all university students. They get along very well. Their apartment is quite far from their school. Joe and Brian usually ride the bus to school. But Todd rides his scooter. It is new. He is very proud of it. He is also very careful with it. No one else rides it. Thursday afternoon, Brian comes home from school. He is tired. He drops his backpack on the kitchen table. He sits down at the table with Joe. He opens his backpack. He sees something inside.
Oh no,
says Brian.
What's wrong?
Asks Joe.
My math homework is still in my backpack. I have to turn it in at school today before 5 o'clock,
says Brian.
It's 4:30 now,
says Joe.
Hurry!
I can't take the bus,
says Brian.
I don't have enough time. Where is Todd?
I don't know,
says Joe.
His scooter is here, but he isn't.
His scooter key is here in the kitchen,
says Brian.
Maybe I can borrow his scooter.
Ask Todd first.
Joe says.
No one can ride his scooter.
But he's not here. And I have to get to school,
says Brian. What should Brian do?
And help, help, help!
Ginger, did you say help, help?
Yeah, my friend has 3 little hungry monkeys at home.
Well, why doesn't she feed them?
She can't. She's stuck in traffic.
Well, why don't you take them some bananas?
I can't. It's too far to walk, and my bicycle is broken.
That's too bad.
Oh, I know. I'll borrow Grandpa's new bicycle.
But you should ask him first. And Grandpa isn't here.
So, if I borrow his new bicycle, he won't know.
Ginger, that's not a good idea.
Those poor hungry little monkeys.
Oh no. What would you do?
Well, these really are good stories to practice your English. If you agree or don't agree, you have to explain why.
Yeah, I like this one because you can understand both sides. We understand why the one student wants to get his homework and he wants to get a good grade. But what about the other guy? It's a brand new motorcycle or scooter. Does he really want his friend to just take it without asking? Talk about it, all right? And then we'll see you again here tomorrow, right here on
Let's Talk in English. Goodbye.